What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening. It is
Yep.
Tampa Talk Tuesday. Exciting times. This is my favorite day of the week. Get to see both y'all on the same day. That's incredible. And we get to see you guys. So thanks for joining us. We have been really enjoying being able to put this together every Tuesday and share with the audience here. So if you're local in Tampa, welcome. And if you've never been here before, we talk all things that are Tampa Bay. If you are not local, we're watching from somewhere else across the country, this is your peep into the looking glass, so to speak, right? This is the behind the curtains, what's happening here in Tampa Bay, the good, the bad, maybe the not so good. We'll call it the ugly. We try to get into all things Tampa Bay, even down in the Sarasota, in the Bradenton area as well. And I am joined by my wonderful co-host. I have with me Miss Marsha Railton. Good evening, Marsha.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday it is. I'm also joined by Miss Stacy Amon. Good evening, Stacy.
Hey, good evening.
And I just left Stacy literally 2 hours ago. We were out shooting all day for this coming Saturday's video, which will give you guys a little peep into today. So make sure you stick around for that because it's going to be awesome. If we've never met before, my name is Juan Alcala. I'm a licensed real estate agent and a team leader here with the True Living Group. These amazing ladies here. We help people just like you buy, sell, relocate, and invest here in the Tampa Bay area. But more importantly, we talk all things Tampa Bay. And today, I am going to share with you some exciting stuff. Ladies, can you tell me what is the best meal you recently had? What was the restaurant?
For me, it's always pizza. I'm just like a pizza lover. I can't help myself.
Pizza or Mexican, either one is good with me. I could eat that every day, actually.
It's
Me
hard to
too.
go wrong with a great pizza, right?
Yes.
It is very difficult to miss on a great pizza, but I'm not going to be talking about pizza tonight, just so you know. Well, that's not true. I'll talk about pizza with you because I love pizza as well. I don't, mushroom pizza, sausage pizza. I know Marsha likes Slice here in Indian Rocks Beach. Great pizza restaurant. Now, we weren't going to get on that topic, but hey, we're here, so let's talk about it. They've got a really spicy pizza, and I cannot think of the name of it. It's not the El Diablo, but it'll treat you like that. So you need to treat this thing with respect, just so you know. I'll have to pull it up on the online here and find out what it's called. But I love Slice. I love the ambiance and how the restaurant is positioned. It's literally like a 200-foot walk to the beach from Slice. I love it. We'll usually go over there, take the family. They have outdoor and indoor seating depending on how hot it is. Today it's 95 degrees. It hasn't rained today, so it's warm, right? So like these are one of the days where you typically want to sit indoors, but it's a great place to go. Grab a slice, and you can literally buy a slice. It's called SLYCE. That's how it's spelled. But you can buy a slice of pizza, which I love because sometimes you don't want the whole large pizza, right? And they do a really nice job. And I gotta say this, Florida is not necessarily known for its high quality pizza or food in general, but and the reason being is because our water's not great. And in order to have good dough, right, or good pasta or anything like that, what do you got to have? You got to have good water, right? So it makes it more difficult. You kind of start out on the hole, but Slice does an excellent job. They've got a thin, crispy crust. Oh, it's so good. So I'm on your team with that, Marsha. I love that. And one of my favorite things, like I said, to do is we'll usually go there, have a slice of pizza, and then we'll walk right over and catch a sunset in Indian Rocks Beach. So it's awesome. And we're in that time of the year where kids are wrapped. This is the final week of vacations for almost everybody. So we're about to get our entire community back. It's about to look like a ghost town in the best kind of way. Summer hours are going to end. And for the next 2.5 months, everybody's going to be closed on Mondays. You can go down on the beach and it's going to be really laid back. So while I wasn't planning on going there, I do think that is a great place to start.
I know. I was going to say, did you have time to eat dinner?
No, I ate in.
I was going to say, that's why he's talking about food. Food's at the top of the mind.
Yeah. Well, in all fairness, I went to Publix in Mirada, and we're going to get to that later because they got a beautiful brand new Publix they built over at the market at Mirada. And I went in there to get video, and then the chicken wings were staring at me. I knew I wasn't going to have time to eat. So I grabbed the chicken wings. I ate in the cafe that they have at the restaurant there, and then drove home. So, I sacrificed for you, the audience. I want you to know this.
Oh
And
my
then I got
goodness.
home and my wife left me. She's like, "Do you need to eat?" I was like, "No, I'd love to, but you know how it goes." So let's just pull up Slice right now. I'm going to share with everybody, and I'm pulling up Google Maps. So bear with me, y'all, because this wasn't on the agenda.
Oh,
But
that salad that they just showed looks so good. It's a stacked tomato and fresh mozzarella. It just going by it again. It looks so good.
yeah, they used to have this beet salad that I really liked, and I'm not the biggest beet fan.
Yeah.
That's the Supreme. It's got andouille sausage on it. It's nice and spicy. Got a lot going on. Love that. But they've got 3 locations, so I want to make sure I make note of this. There's a location in Indian Rocks Beach where we're at. There's a location in Madeira and another one in St. Pete. And it is my understanding that the original location was in Madeira Beach. If I'm not right on that and you're local, put it down below. I've only been here for 4 years, so I don't know everything, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's at. But we eat here. At one point, we were eating here once a week. So we were like living there, and they do a really good job, even with delivery. We can order delivery, and as long as we don't do it on a Friday or a Saturday at 6:30 to 8, we'll have pizza at our house within 25 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's nuts. And it's hot, it's fresh. And I think that has something to do with that, the thin crust, because it doesn't have to be in there as long. Let me pull up the menu real quick. Right? Because it's quick, right, Marsha? We don't ever wait long.
No. And the first time we went, we ordered a pizza against my husband's wishes, but it didn't have sauce on it and had pickles on it. Can't remember what. Oh, it was called a Cuban. It was so good. So then the next time we went back a week later and got I think it's called the Supreme. And that's what we've gotten the last couple times because we both really like it.
Exactly. That's one of their specialty pizzas. And I couldn't remember the name of this, so I think it's important. The Sunburn is what the spicy pizza is called. So it's got hot soppressata. I can't say that. Andouille sausage, hot Italian sausage, spicy pepper jack, jalapenos, green olives, serrano chilies, and green onion. Here's my thing. I love spicy. If I get it just the way that they make it, it's the gift that keeps on giving the second day. So you got to be very, very careful with this pizza. So what I would encourage you to do is ask them to go light on the peppers. And then if that's not enough, you can always build up the next time you come back. But it's great. It is a wonderful, wonderful meal. The baked wings they have are really good too. They've got great draft beer. And like I said, for location wise, just to share with y'all, I want to show you exactly where this is at. So Indian Rocks Beach. And I'll zoom out a little bit, but here's Slice right here. Okay. And then here's the beach access. Here's one of them. And then the other one is right here. Right here. So this is one of the biggest things I love about Indian Rocks Beach. Basically every other block, there is beach access. There is parking here. There's only like 5 or 6 spots. So it can be hit or miss, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not telling you where I park.
I was going to say, that's a big secret, isn't it?
You know how you get the parking? You have to DM me on Instagram. All right. So you see right in my handle, right underneath my name there, it says @juan.alcala.realtor. If you DM me, I will tell you where I park. I am not telling the public because that is my honey hole right there. But it's wonderful. And what we love to do also is we usually come grab a slice of pizza and then we'll head over to Anecdote Brewing, which is awesome. The owner there is from Brazil. His name is Philip. They just do such a good job. It's very welcoming. Slice also has live music during peak season. They have live music almost every single night. And so does Anecdote Brewing, which I think is really cool. So really fun spots to go hang out, grab a great slice of pizza. You won't be disappointed. And then you get to go catch a Gulf Coast sunset, which is, let's be real, y'all. That's the reason I moved here, right? So just to give you a little bit of perspective, Indian Rocks Beach is located about 7.5 miles south of Clearwater Beach. And I want to talk about this. This wasn't my plan to get into this, but let's get into it, right? We're here. And Clearwater Beach is awesome, gorgeous beach. But the dirty little secret is all of our beaches from Clearwater Beach all the way down to Terra Verde down here, almost to Terra Verde. So down the south end of St. Pete Beach. Stella's talking to the neighbors right now. All of them are identically beautiful. Okay, they have some subtleties, some changes, but for the most part, they're just absolutely stunning. Ladies, she's done talking apparently. So, and for those of you that don't know, I have an 85-pound Doberman who is a giant baby, and she loves to talk smack to the neighbors, but I don't know if she'd ever do anything. But getting back to where we were here on Slice in Indian Rocks Beach. So Clearwater Beach, okay, gorgeous beach. It's really busy. I'm not a huge fan of overwhelmingly busy things. I don't like when I have to go to the beach and kind of like do the shimmy shuffle between chairs and awnings and cabanas and like I don't know about y'all ladies, but I'm not a fan. My wife, it overwhelms her. She's not a fan either. So that's not necessarily our thing. It's beautiful. It's fun. There's so much to do. It's great when people come into town. You can meet in Clearwater. The nightlife's incredible. You can take boat rides and jet skis and paddle. You can do all the things with all the people. You can have an incredible time. But if you want something that's a little bit more laid back, you start coming down a little bit further south. So 7.5 miles south roughly of Clearwater Beach. So here's Clearwater Beach. You pass over Sand Key, which is right here. And then right in between us and Clearwater, which this is something that's very unique, is Bel Air Shores and Bel Air Beach. And that little stretch of beach is entirely private. It's one of the only spaces that is private here in Pinellas County. And it's 1.93 miles, I think, and it's all private property. There's no public beach access. You have to be a resident of Bel Air Beach to be able to go to the two public spots they have, but it's only for residents, right? So that's something to take note of. So what happens is we get this big, it's like a barrier island unto itself. We're on a barrier island, but it acts as a barrier island between us and all the insanity known as Clearwater. So even though you can drive right over the causeway and come straight south, what happens is because there's no restaurants, no bars, no gas stations, nothing in Bel Air Beach, and it's only down 2 lanes, people typically don't come our way. You know, they know the big names like Treasure Island and Madeira Beach and St. Pete Beach. And we get this nice little insulated spot in between here. I'm letting the cat out of the bag. Somebody's going to have my hide. Right. So like it is, right, Marcia, you live in Bradenton. You know, Marcia talks about the Manatee River all the time, but like our beach is, I've said it's quaint and people have corrected me, but for Tampa Bay and for the area, we are quaint, right? You may use a different word, but it's pretty laid back for the most part. Right, Marcia?
Yeah. So is my daughter and I went to Madeira Beach or Bradenton Beach the other night when I was up there, and that was pretty laid back as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's just like I said, beautiful.
Go ahead. Yeah. This whole area in between here, right? So like as you come down, all of this is really, really laid back. 2 lanes. It doesn't get back into 4 lanes until you get a little bit further south. You can see where the road starts to widen out right here. And then all of a sudden, you're 2 lanes on each side. You've got a causeway in between, and it just gets busier. There's more motels. There's more condo hotels. Like, yeah, there's just more resort style kind of things happening. And as you head down further south to St. Pete Beach, it gets really, really busy. So just for perspective, but Slice is incredible. Whether you go to Madeira, St. Pete, or Indian Rocks Beach, you're not going to be disappointed. The whole area is phenomenal. And since we're talking about food, I'm just going to keep ripping here. Stacy didn't feed me today, as
I'm like, oh my goodness, maybe we should stop and let him get something to eat.
No, it's not your fault. Now I know why the dog's barking. The pool guy's out cleaning up. Yes, our pool guy does work at 7 o'clock. Those guys hustle. Shout out to those guys. Here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to share real quick. So Kate and I have been spoiled rotten for the last. We took vacation about 3 weeks ago, as we discussed with you guys. Came back, and then the kids stayed up north in Michigan with their grandparents, and they've been living the life of Riley, I'm sure, right? Like they sporadically calling us, they're being, selfish with all the time, all the things, but they're getting ready to come home. Tonight, they're coming back to me. Great. But I got to spend 10 days with my wife with no children. I don't know if that's like, right? So for my son, my oldest is 10. He'll be 11 in December. So for 10 and a half years of our life, like they've been there all the time. And, we've been very fortunate. The grandparents love to take them, and they basically had one trip each summer. And I'm going to get to a point, so rock with me here. All right. But we got to go out and and have a night out. And usually, I don't know about you guys or you ladies, but it's pretty normal whenever you get time to go out with your significant other. Once you fall in love with the place, it's really hard to not go there anymore, right? Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we love to go out. We've explored a lot of restaurants. We talk to you guys all the time about our triangle. We go to Tampa, St. Pete, or Dunedin. That's kind of like our jam. We'll go to those areas and have dinner. And we've got 2 or 3 spots in each. So we've branched out pretty good. I feel pretty proud of us. So, not just going to one spot every time. However, there's been places where we really wanted to go that we haven't. And I'm going to share with you guys right now the best meal that I've had in Tampa since we've been here in 4.5 years. And Kate and I are not afraid to explore. And we would consider ourselves foodies. We're not food critics. She worked in fine dining, but before that, she worked in regular restaurants, casual. I worked in casual dining. This is a whole lifetime ago, but it put me through college, and I love the business. I love an experience. Right. And ladies, I don't know how many places you've been where like they treat you in a way. And Meat Market is in Hyde Park. And I'm gonna share with you guys. I want to show you their menu. I'm gonna take you down to Hyde Park Village if you've never been down there before, because we've done a video. So if you've this is your first time to the channel, check us out on YouTube if you're watching us somewhere else, and go just check out the Hyde Park video and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a great little area, nice little village right up Bayshore Boulevard. You can see downtown Tampa from the backyard. It's this great mix of urban and suburban living that you just can't get almost anywhere else. It's incredible. Great place to live. But we went down to the place called the Meat Market, which is funny. I'm taking my wife to the Meat Market. It just didn't mentally, that doesn't work for me. I grew up in an area where if you were going to the Meat Market, it was a different kind of place, right? Like, yeah, the ratio from men to women was not in alignment. You know what I mean? So we show up here, and the valet's right in front. For Hyde Park in general, they have general valet parking there. But there's all the fancy cars there, and I'm not hung up on a car guy. But whenever you show up and there's Lambos and Ferraris and G-Wagons, and you're somewhere. Right? Like that's where the people want to be seen, at least. And I'm not putting us in that category, but it's it's nice to do things like that, especially with your spouse. Right? So we walk in the door, we have reservations, of course, and we walk in and the place is just cranking down. I mean, it's busy. There's people everywhere. There's they've got a guy making sushi right up front, beautiful bar. All the staff looks like they're straight out of a magazine. This whole thing, you're like, what is happening in here? Right. And I don't. So I'm like, okay, am I in the right spot? But they take us, they seat us, a very nice restaurant, sit down, and the hostess takes my my napkin, which is a towel, and puts it on my lap. And I was like, look at this. This is going to be this kind of experience tonight. How exciting, And we looked at the menu. There is a dress code, so keep that in perspective. But I want to share with y'all. Now, for my vegetarian friends, please look away. Okay, please look away. It's called the Meat Market for a reason, and I am not going to apologize for what I did to these animals. I'm very, very satisfied with how this went down. All right, so the Meat Market, this place is stunning. There's outdoor seating, there's indoor seating. During the summer, I would strongly encourage you to sit and indoor. Until especially August, September, sit indoors unless you're going to be dining after like 7 o'clock. Okay, then you're going to get a little bit of a break. It's not be crazy outside, but this place was stunning. You can see the outside here, inside as well. But place is booming. Just really, really good time. They sat us down, had a great experience. Now, this restaurant, I believe, originated in Miami. So I've done some homework on it in the past, and that's what I remember hearing on it. But it was just such a good experience, right down in Hyde Park Village. Like I said, they've got a lounge there, so you can go get some cocktails while you're waiting to be sat, which is awesome as well. I didn't see any of the promotions going on. They did have a private dining area, so you see the private events here. Looked like there was a party happening, which was fascinating. I thought that was very interesting. But man, oh man.
Food was good, huh? Do they have chicken or fish? Can I
ask? Yes, they had everything. So they did have vegetarian options. Just for those of you watching, you're like, what, is there an option? They did. They had seafood. That was one of the specialties on the menu. We're in Tampa Bay at the end of the day, right, ladies? So I mean, we have access to great Gulf seafood, and it's going to show up on the table. But man, what an experience overall. I don't think they even have the menu on here. Oh, perfect. Let's see and they have specials all the time, so you got to keep that in mind. We had the Passion Love Affair, where that was the cocktail we had, which was tequila reposado, passion fruit, lime, agave green chili, and mint. Man, it was good. It was so good. Huge fan of that. We had the oysters, unbelievable. Kate and I, and if you go to Ulele, which is in Armature Works, which is one of our favorite spots to go to in Tampa, they have incredible oysters as well. They're baked. But man, they were so good here. So I would encourage you to get the oysters. You can get them a few different ways, but we had them. They were incredible. What else did we have? We had oysters, something else. I don't remember. Whatever else was, it wasn't memorable like that was. And then as you can see, but I want to show you these, like there's sushi. They have the appetizers were unbelievable. Like I said, we had the oysters. They were great as well. Cauliflower, bone marrow on the menu. You know, you can really get everything. Lots of great salads. Marsha, I know you're a huge salad fan here. So they've got the house salad, the green kale Caesar, chopped mango wedge salad, and then the crunchy truffle salad. And then their signature steaks, which are the filet, the meat market steak, which is picanha, which is a Brazilian style cut. For those of you that have never heard that before, that's one of their house specialties. It comes with habanero and chimichurri. Really nice, prime New York. But I am personally a ribeye guy. Give me the ribeye every day of the week. If you do that right, odds are we're going to have a good experience. So we had the ribeye with Brussels, which are of course slathered in bacon and balsamic and all the good things, and super crispy, and it was delicious. But the black truffle butter that we put on that ribeye was, y'all. Oh my word. This is the best meal I've had in Tampa, hands down. And we've had some good meals, some very good meals, but it wasn't close. There's not a like, oh yeah, but no. And we like nice steakhouses. You know, we'll eat like, we won't eat top ramen, but Kate and I will be very like frugal with how we approach food for all day, every day. And then we will go to an event like this and just really enjoy the experience. And I hope that y'all are getting a sense for like our goal is to share with you guys how to live in the city, right? What are the hidden things that you may or may not have experienced that you really love? If you are watching this right now, if you are with us, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know your favorite restaurant in Tampa Bay. If you're watching this later, let us know your favorite restaurant, especially steakhouses. We would love to know that. And then I'm going to show you where this is on the map really quick, because I think y'all should go anytime you get a chance. So that's for anyone watching from the meat market. I do accept affiliate dollars. You can send them our way. And then let me get off this tangent here. But this is a map right here. You can see we're right downtown Tampa. Right next to downtown Tampa. Let me clear this for you. And then here's downtown Tampa. So that is downtown Tampa. This is Davis Islands, plural. And then this is Hyde Park Village, which is right here. And then that's where the meat market is. It's so good. You just got to go check it out. So go check out our previous video about Hyde Park. You're going to absolutely love that. And if you're coming to Tampa, do yourself a service and schedule a dinner at the meat market. You will absolutely love it. It was incredible. Shout out to the service staff there. Whoever's running that restaurant, you did an excellent job. Our experience was incredible. Obviously we're willing to share it here. So, you know what kind of impact that made, but I just want to share it with you ladies, and with the audience here. But, you know, what is your favorite steakhouse? Let us know in the comments. And ladies, Marcia I know you don't necessarily love a whole lot of meat, but, where do you and Steven love to go? Doesn't have to be a steakhouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple. We like going to O'Brick's in downtown Bradenton. You know, I like the Oak and Stone because it's a rooftop. I'm more about my like you said about the event than I am the food. If they have a good salad, I'm a happy person. If they have good pizza, I'm really happy. But I love, like, if at a steakhouse, I'll usually get salmon or some type of fish, and it's always phenomenal. So I can't think of any steakhouses in particular that we go to here, to be honest, but I definitely want to try that place. It looks the decoration and the mood of it looks like my type of place. So we'll be checking it out.
Yeah, I encourage you. And there's some great restaurants in Hyde Park Village. There's so many options down there. Bar Taco, which is super popular. There's a On Swan, which is another restaurant we can't wait to try. There's a few of them. What about you, Stacy? Where do you and your husband tend to go?
Well, I'm not a big foodie like you, I have to say. I don't get super excited like you do. We haven't been too many places in Tampa. We usually just go into Wesley Chapel. We don't go too far, actually.
So where do you go in Wesley Chapel? That's okay.
We love the Grillsmith. That's one of our favorite places to go.
The Grillsmith. Where is that in Wesley Chapel?
That's at the Shops at Wiregrass.
Shops at Wiregrass. What's your favorite item on the menu?
I always get the salmon. I think it's the oak barrel salmon.
Yeah. Look at you two. Peas in a pot. I love that. No, that's great. You know, that, hey, there's something for everyone. I think that's a great point. You know, a lot of the times you see these steakhouses, but like think of it as an experience, right? Not just a menu. You know, they're going to offer something for everyone. I mean, at this point, it's very difficult to operate, you know, any world-class dining experience without having options for you know, vegetarians and you just got to be positioned right. And Marsha, I think you hit it right on the head. It's the experience. You know, the last steakhouse Kate worked in downtown Detroit before we moved to Tampa was a beautiful, you know, upscale, you know, fine dining experience, and is one of those places where they just come. Everything is curated. From the minute you walk in the door to even going to the restroom, like they just make you feel like you're $1 million. And for me, I love experiences like that, you know, and I'm sharing that with our audience because I don't want to leave things like that on the table. Yes, you can go get, you know, grouper nuggets anywhere for $9 and do the beach thing if you want. You know, we talked about slice earlier. You can go to Krabby Bill's and just knock that out right away. But like, you also can get a refined meal. More importantly, an excellent experience. There's lots of those to be had. And the meat market is just one opportunity for us to share with you guys. So thank you for allowing me to share my inner fat kid. There's a reason why these two ladies are svelte and your boy over here is pudgy, right? Salmon, steak. They like salad, steak, not complicated. So appreciate that. So I got a couple pieces of news that I would like to share with everybody. Let me pull those up because came across a couple things. The streetcar is having some challenges here, but I came across an article today called the 15 highest paying jobs in Tampa Bay. And we get asked this all the time. If you look in the comments of the channel, the YouTube channel, there's hey, what about this job? What about jobs? And then another thing that we constantly run across when we're on Zoom calls with people who are considering relocating, Marcia, how many times have we been asked about jobs, right? They're constantly asking, hey, what are the jobs in the area? What do they pay? And I thought this was great. So I can't wait to share this with y'all because it is something we are asked often. And when you're not in that area, or that discipline, it's very hard to explain. Like, I don't know what jobs should pay in those things, you know, for what they're doing. So I think it's important to kind of note, but these are the 15 highest paying jobs in Tampa Bay right now. So I just want to share this with you. All right. Law teachers. This is interesting. The median annual wage is $166,000. Total employment, 180 people. Interesting. There's going to be some unique things on here. Podiatrist. Right. Shout out to my foot people out there. 183,620 is the median. Now let's talk about median average. We talked about this before, right? The median is the middle of wherever the activity is. Okay. So that's the way to look at it. Number 3 is physician, pathologist, 183,620. It's almost identical, right? Underneath that, you've got general pediatrician, 184,580. I'm happy to know that the people taking care of my children are paid well. That's good news. That makes me happy. Psychiatrist. This one, I don't know. Good to have. Do we want them dominating the market? No, hopefully there's not a lot of them, but there's more than 430. We need that many. And
how many?
430. That's what it's saying. Total. There's 430 psychiatrists in the Tampa Bay area. And if you're a psychiatrist, God bless you. Mental health is serious, right? Like, that's not what I'm getting at. I'm shocked, right? Look, that's a huge number. They don't know how many pediatric doctors there are, but roughly 430. So I found that fascinating. Orthopedic surgeons. Let me get that out of my mouth. 202,000. I don't know if that's a lot. I don't know if it's a little, but I thought you guys would like to know. Chief executives, our C-suite executives, 217,740. Anesthesiologist. This is fascinating. Does anybody else find it interesting? The surgeon gets paid less than the person who knocks you out. Is that normal? If you are in the medical industry, please let us know. I mean, Stacy, do you know? I don't know.
I do not know.
Okay.
Well, I think it's
because if it's not, they don't give you the right amount to knock you out or too much, then you're a goner before you even go go under the knife. So
no doubt. Listen, there is expertise, and thank goodness there's specialization. People understand these things. I'm just kind of shocked. In my mind, as a young child, I was always told, you want to be a surgeon, right? They make the most money. Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. So I just found that fascinating. So shout out to the anesthesiologist. Y'all are doing great out there. 239,200. Cardiologist, people playing with your heart. That's good. Median annual wage is 319,000. Again, there can be this could be more or it could be less. This is why there's a median. Emergency medicine physicians. This one is 239,200, so it's a tie between this one and the one above. General internal medicine, 239,200. Looks like that's a tie as well. All three of these are tied together here. 4 of them. Neurologist. Now here's the one that kind of shocked me. I would think that somebody playing with your brain would make a lot of money. A lot of money. Well, a lot more than other disciplines. But again, I don't know. I'm ignorant. Help me understand. Help me understand. Physicians, all other, they just lumped them in there. So they're all averaging right about 239,200. And then we get back to surgeons again. Same thing, tie. These jobs are very close. So this is what I found fascinating about this article, was the fact that, basically once you get into medicine at this high level, the pay is very similar. Now, I don't know if that's true elsewhere. If you are one of these professionals and you're watching this later, or you're watching this with us now, please let us know in the chat if that's normal, abnormal. You don't have to tell us what your pay is, but is the pay similar for these disciplines? That's a question that I have for you. And then the last one is airline pilots. They're number 1 on the list. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, right. I definitely found that interesting. So I thought that was something worth sharing with y'all. And then on another note, this is one of those, maybe a bad thing, may not be. We're just keeping you guys in a loop here. The Tampa streetcar, it's had free rides for a long time. But the city's going through some bumps and bruises. They're just searching for extra dollars, right? The city has grown immensely over the last 3.5, 4 years because of the expansion and the migration to the area. And this has been able to be free to the residents of Tampa. And now they're probably gonna have to start charging again. So it's just one of those things. We're just bringing it to the table so y'all can be aware. When it comes to the Tampa Bay area, we don't have much in the way of public transportation, so it's always something to take note of. When you come over to the St. Pete area, you get the Sunrunner, you do have the bus. There is a trolley that runs all the way down Gulf Boulevard, all the way from St. Pete to Clearwater Beach, so just a heads up on that. But there's not a ton of mass transit. We don't have an elevated train or subway or anything like that. So be mindful if you're considering moving to the Tampa area and you think you're going to catch public transit to go everywhere. It's going to be very difficult. Right. So just a heads up on that. But that is my share for the evening. But I wanted to get into what you ladies got going. Let's see what the conversation is happening out there tonight. What do we got going on here? Vladik says, planning to move to Florida next year. How's the residential construction in Florida? Funny you ask, Vladik. Funny you ask. Miss Stacy's about to get into that, so we'll talk. We are going to touch base on that here momentarily because it's good. We have a large majority of our available inventory in the Tampa Bay area is coming from new construction right now. So great question, and you'll be able to find great new builds. And right now, y'all, we're seeing the best interest rates coming from new construction, and we're also seeing incentives from builders depending on what phase the build is. The demand is high, so they're not having to go scrounge up buyers all over the place, but they are offering incentives, so something to take note of. Derek Weaver says, what's your opinion of Mayor Jane Castro hiking up the Tampa property taxes? So I'm never going to give my opinion on a politician because I don't like politicians. So I'm just going to be transparent as all get out. I don't care what color that they stand for or what area. At the end of the day, these are people who their sole job is to back the money truck up to you and my to your and my production and then spend our money, period. Right? They don't have to make anything. They don't have to produce anything. They just have to come get it from us and then they redistribute it. So that's my stance on that. However, here's what I'll say. Our city has grown. We just got done talking about this, right? Our city is growing. We continue to have a major influx of people coming in, and that demands resources. Okay. And at the end of the day, I don't like paying taxes any more than anyone else. But I also recognize without paying taxes, I don't have civil services that I need and require. So there's this delicate balance of too much, enough. And the thing that I will say is being from another state, we've been here 4.5 years. The home that I'm walking into right now, the taxes would have cost me more than double what I'm going to pay here. Okay, so it's a fair trade, and nothing in life is free. And at the end of the day, we basically have the same cost of ownership, but our quality of life has gone up dramatically. So I will make that trade any day of the week, even if our cost had risen. My wife and I were willing to make that move because we knew our quality of life was going to go up, and the scales have been dramatically tipped. Our quality of life is up here. Our cost of living, it is higher. There's no doubt about it, but it's a fair trade. So I hope that answers your question, gives you some perspective on where we're at. Hold on. Laddick's got another question here. What I meant about residential construction is I have a title business and mainly do bathroom remodels and wondering about the demand in Tampa. I got it. So you do all things is what I read there, Vladik. You don't do just one thing. You're like, all right, you got a tile business. It's good. So there's plenty of people down here. Pinellas County. So just for perspective, where Tampa Bay is. So Hillsborough County is where Tampa proper is. To the west, where the Gulf beaches are. We're talking about Clearwater, St. Pete, that area. That has the most population density in the entire state per square mile. So wrap your mind around that. There's plenty of houses and people to serve. So I hope that helps, my man. I think if you're a good contractor, we've said this on the live stream many times before, right, ladies? Like if you are a good contractor, if you do a good job and you have fair pricing, you will crush it in Florida. Mm-hmm. Because they will pass your name around. They can't wait to do it. So I know we went super long, so forgive me on that. But I want to get into this with Stacy right now. So Stacy, talking about residential construction, we had a pretty fun day today. We were hanging out in an incredible community. But I'd love for you to share with these people where we were at all day filming, getting all the details for y'all.
Well, in Pasco County, we have the nation's largest lagoon out here in San Antonio at the Mirada community. So San Antonio is just 35 miles north of Tampa. We're 15 minutes from Wesley Chapel. So if you've watched our videos or have joined us before on Tuesday nights, we talk a lot about Wesley Chapel and everything's in Wesley Chapel. So at the Mirada, you're 5 miles to I-75, which is really nice. So you are a little farther away from Tampa, but
yeah, I want to show them.
Mirada gives you easy access to the interstate.
So 30 to 35 minutes, depending on traffic, depending on where you live, it can be as much as 50 to 55 minutes. I know that sounds vague, but it really is that big of a difference. But as you can see right here, this is downtown Tampa. Okay. As we point down towards what's going on over here. So you got Tampa down here. Pull the map out just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And 30, 35 minutes on a good day, and it can be longer. I made it today very quickly to downtown. I left Mirada, and I was downtown in less than 28 minutes, which is pretty quick.
Yeah, that is good.
Yep. And here's Wesley Chapel. As Stacy discussed. Go ahead, Stace.
Yeah. So Mirada is a beautiful community. They have the 15-acre lagoon. So you can swim, kayak, paddleboard, relax if you choose to. But they're bringing the beach living to your backyard. So it's a really nice community. They have walking trails, golf cart trails, tot lots, and dog parks. There is a Publix and some restaurants right outside the community. So it's very convenient. Mirada also has UltraFi Wi-Fi, which I'll let Juan geek out on that because I don't know anything about it.
Nerd out.
So that's fast Wi-Fi.
All right. Yeah, this is important, y'all. Like, listen, everything we do now, like we're streaming right now. If you don't have good internet, your streams, they get jacked up. Most of us stream television at this point. I realize there's still people who have cable, but a lot of people stream like Netflix and those types of things, right? Like they're bringing in new information in their house all the time. And maybe your kids are all on devices or you got kids that are gaming. So that takes up a lot of bandwidth. Okay. In terms of perspective. So what you want to do is you want to have internet that moves quickly. So with the master HOA in Mirada, you get cable and internet bundled together with it included in your HOA. That is very cool. All right. Most people pay over $100 for cable and internet on average across the country. And their speeds are 500 megabytes per second up and 500 megabytes per second download. That's fast. And what is also really cool is it's through the entire community. This UltraFi thing is through the entire community, which is great. So you can be on the network just about anywhere. It is fiber. And you can upgrade for an additional $60 no matter what community you choose. As long as you're in Mirada, for an additional $60, they'll add the other half gigabit. So then you have 1 full gigabit upload and download speed, which is hauling behind. You could have 5 kids all on devices. Your wife could be streaming, whatever movie, and then you could be doing a live stream just like this, and it'll still do what it needs to do. And that's super important. Okay. Super important, especially with everybody's demands on the internet now. So that's a great point, Stacy.
And that means you can kind of sneak off in the afternoon and go down to the lagoon and still work because you'd have your ultra Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
The boss wouldn't even know it. We need to move there, Marcia. But yeah, if you look at the community map, you'll see how huge it is. It's really cool. They are putting this golf cart trail that's going to go through the community, which is really nice. There's tons of, you see that black dotted trail that goes right through the map there. That's going to be the golf cart trail.
Yep. And they've already got golf cart pass. And you guys watch the video this Saturday. It's incredible. I've got all this beautiful drone video and you can see all of the things we're talking about today. So make sure you watch that video. It'll launch this Saturday at noon Eastern. You'll be able to see all the details here. We toured 2 gorgeous properties today. You're going to love those too, but keep going, Stacy.
Yeah. So we looked at DR Horton, which you can see they already had 2 phases that opened up in Mirada and they sold out pretty quickly. They had the single family section and they had a villas section. So they are waiting to open up 3 more sections actually over there off Curly Road. There's going to be 3 sections. They're going to open up single family. I think she said the the 50-foot home sites first in the villas. So the villas are going to probably start. They don't have the prices yet, but we're estimating they're going to be a little bit higher than what they were before. So we're looking probably mid 300s for the villas. They only have one floor plan for that. It's the Siesta floor plan. The single families,
So this
they
is
are. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. With a little delay. There's the Siesta floor plan here. So it's 1,565 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage for a villa. That's a good size villa.
Yeah, that is.
Right. It's a good size villa. Let me see if we can expand these photos a little bit. Granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. They come with the dishwasher, the stove, and the range. I'm not sure if the villas come with the refrigerator. I don't think they do.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Something to take note of, but granite, and then you got tile backsplashes. So it's not like it's the bare minimum, y'all. Like it's decent quality. You got tile floors. They do a nice job over there.
Yeah, it's really nice. And then their single family homes, they just do a really great job. They have 14 different floor plans for the single family homes. They range from, 3 to 5 bedrooms. They'll start like 1,600 square feet all the way up to 3,200 square feet. The majority of the floor plans are 2-car garages, but there are a few that are 3-car garage. And those starting price points are going to be probably the high 4s and can go probably well into low 6s.
Yeah. Well, again, difficult to quote pricing, and you can see they've got it blank here. So they're right in the transition of going from the first phase to the second phase. So she was very tight-lipped about sharing prices with us. They are breaking ground in 2 weeks on the second phase. So they're starting to roll that out. Expect an increase. The demand has not been an issue for them. Filling seats has not been a problem. They have sold every one of those properties quickly. They're going to continue to sell them quickly. The Mirada is in very high demand. I love you mentioned it earlier, right? Like the biggest lagoon in the entire country is in San Antonio and not Texas, where everything is bigger.
Yeah, but they do a really nice job packaging their homes. They have open concept floor plans, large great rooms. They also do a lot of the split floor plans where the bedrooms are on opposite sides of the house.
Yep.
They have covered lanais, which is great when you're down here in Florida to have some shade. They also have a smart home system.
Yep.
Which again, that's all the techie stuff that Marcia and I struggle with. So I'm not even going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about there.
Well, you can see all of it on Saturday when you tune in and check out that video we're going to launch. So we'd be more than happy to do that. But here's something that we would like you to take note of, y'all. Like we love doing this, and the way that we're able to do this and just really keep bringing this information to you is we help people just like you relocate, buy, sell, and invest in the area. So if you're interested in purchasing a home in Mirada or want to know more about the community, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Stacy lives in Dade City, which is right next to San Antonio. This is her backyard, y'all. Like literally, she was on a call and met me over there like lickety split today. So this is right in her backyard. And this community is beautiful. I toured the whole thing today. I was over it with the drone. Like I know every square inch of this place right now. And it's an incredible community. Access to I-75, shopping is so close. You've got the market at Mirada, which had the public she's talking about. You've got the Grove and Crate at the Grove, which is a little less than 15 minutes away. You got Tampa Premium Outlets, which is 20 minutes away. Costco and Aldi are down there. So if that's your thing, you have access there. You got the shops at Wiregrass. There's so much going on. The schools, you've got Kirkland Ranch Academy and Innovative Prep, which are less than 8 miles away each. Pasco County is school of choice, so you can take your kids to there. This is an important note, right, Stacy? When should they do that? If they're trying to get their kids into a different school, how early should they be trying to do that? Because you're not the only ones, y'all.
Yeah, I believe the school choice application opens up in January, and that's for the next school year. And so it ends by the end of January. Yep. But I would always recommend calling whatever school that you're interested in and finding out what their process is. Because sometimes, it can vary depending on school. So,
Yep. Absolutely.
And things change too. So,
yeah, something to take note of.
Requirements today may be different next year.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Pasco County does a great job of offering so many different programs for school choice. So it's definitely something to look into.
It's great.
But
what else is going on?
Well, we also looked at the Homes by West Bay over at the Mirada, which is we looked at a beautiful model. It was gorgeous. It's going to be a little bit smaller community. I think there's less than 45 home sites. It will be gated. But this is one of the builders where you can still semi-custom. You can pick some of your finishes. They have a very large design center where they have tons of options, which is really nice because a lot of builders aren't giving you too many options these days.
The option is you will take what we give you.
That's right. So their home sites are 60 foot wide, which is really nice. Really nice size lot.
We were in this stunning house. This is my favorite floor plan in Tampa Bay. Just want everybody to know. It's awesome. Yes. It's a story and a half technically. When you add that fifth bedroom, that flex space upstairs. It's the Biscayne. So for those of you wondering on the model, it's a Biscayne if there's no second story. And again, I'll show you the elevation.
I mean,
here.
It's a Biscayne 2.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Biscayne 2 that has a second story, and just Biscayne.
Exactly. So if you see this, and they're definitely more in the Mediterranean style. That's where they're headed towards with their property. So keep that in mind. If you like something a little bit more modern, you're probably going to want to go Biscayne. Because they have a Key West style and a more modern style. But if you do like the Spanish style elevations, this is the way to go. Terracotta roofs, the whole thing. It's really, really nice. But like I said, for me, the floor plan is where it's at. This floor plan is unbelievable how it's set up. This kitchen it's so big and stunning and spacious and clean. And Marcia, we put our hands all over the refrigerator, trying to get it to show fingerprints.
And it didn't.
Nothing, not a thing.
Is it a matte finish?
It is. And it didn't even show the oil. I mean, there's always oil on your finger.
Yeah.
Right. And it didn't even show it. All of a sudden, I was like, this is unbelievable. So definitely a really nice spot.
Yeah, I really liked the addition to the island there. They call that the casual dining. So it's like two-tiered island there in the kitchen. Thought that was really cool. It's unique.
It is. Yeah. So you got the waterfall, and then it kind of falls down on the other side to another table right here. So that was great. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like West Bay a lot too. Their layouts are great, and they're great to work with. Their salespeople and their project managers. Yep.
Marcia's been slinging and dealing over in West Bay this year. So she is absolutely extremely knowledgeable in the process, and Stacy can help you up in San Antonio as well. So we've got Apollo Beach has West Bay properties that are going up right now. Parish as well, right, Marcia? North River Ranch down there. We got a lot of great options with those guys. They're building and out in Lithia as well. They just do a really nice job. To me, I think it's some of the best value for the dollar in the area, personally. And when we see properties all the time, you can really get a nice home with Homes by West Bay. So really, really enjoy their product. What else, Stacy?
Let's see. I think that's all I got for you.
Okay, cool. Well, Marcia's about to take us down south because that's how she rolls. Check it out. She loves hanging out in Pinellas County with us because she got her daughter literally lives like a mile from us. Maybe it's not far at all. So it's nice to have that. She sneaks up here all the time. Doesn't invite us all the time. I don't know why.
No. Well, if we did invite you, you wouldn't want to come because we go up there and work. So
there we go. Yep. Don't invite me. I'm all set.
We've been helping her with trim work in her house. So that project is done. So we won't be coming up there as often.
Well, Slice will miss you.
I know. I might come up for that. I have to have my pizza every week.
Yeah,
It's a prerequisite.
for sure. So talk to us, Marcia. What's going on? What's going on down in Bradenton, Sarasota area?
Things that are happening down here are, number one, they are building, it's called the 44th Avenue East Extension, and it's a road that's going to run, or it does run, east and west, and it's going to help the traffic that is on State Road 64 and State Road 70, which also runs east and west and takes you to the only two bridges in Manatee County that will get you to the beach. Okay. So it's going to be super exciting for the people that live, whether you're in Bradenton or Lakewood Ranch. This road is going to be able to support, I think they said 35,000 cars a day going back and forth from Lakewood Ranch over to the Barrier Islands. And it'll help State Road 64 and State Road 70. It's also great because it's giving you another road that's running through Lakewood Ranch. So instead of having to go to the 64 and 70, you got a whole other road and all this building that's going around it. So they're doing it in sections. Right now, they just opened that bridge that you're showing, but there's still plenty of work to be done. Eventually, it's going to run all the way from the far east side of the county all the way out to Cortez. I think it ends right at Cortez Beach. Okay. So that's pretty exciting stuff for us.
36,000 vehicles per day. That's a pretty hefty amount of traffic for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, 44th.
So it's not just that it's getting you over to the beach. It's just that there's another roadway helping traffic because there's tons of it here. Which brings me to my next subject, which is the marketplace at Heritage Harbor. They have done studies, of course, as they always do before they're going to build all this. And they predict that Manatee County is going to more than double in size in the next 20 years. Mm-hmm. And so they started this marketplace. We currently have Costco and they're building the Miller's Ale House. But all this other building is going to continue and go on. They're going to put some high-end housing there on the lagoon towards the top right. You can see, I think it said 350 lakefront luxury residential homes there. Yep. And then you can also see it's right on the corner of I-75 and State Road 64. So it's in a wonderful location, whether you're in Lakewood Ranch or Bradenton. I happen to live maybe 5 miles from there and love Costco. So it's been great. And then just maybe a mile down the road from there, they just opened a new Aldi's. So that whole area is really taken off. They've built an orthopedic center over there. And, you know, this road links right now Bradenton to Lakewood Ranch, State Road 64. So it's right on a main traffic area. So it's going to be great. We need more dining in Bradenton, but I don't see a steakhouse in there.
No, but there's good restaurants here. So First Watch, if y'all are from an area you don't have First Watch, you're missing out. They do a great job on breakfast. They close at 1 o'clock or something like that on Saturday and Sunday, but great job. You won't be disappointed there. And then Miller's is it's casual dining, but they do a great job. They have like a ton of beers on tap, and think of it as like the quintessential American dining experience, right? Like it's pretty laid back for the most part. Most of them have an indoor and an outdoor space. It's great. Looks like that there is a Longhorn proposed, so there's a steakhouse on there, Marcia.
Yeah.
They got Portillo's proposed on here too, and I'm just reading to y'all because I know some of the stuff is super small. It's hard to see online.
Yeah, I can't see it from here.
See if I can make this bump a little bit for you.
In the reading that I did, though, it did say that they're going to have high-end restaurants in there as well. But I couldn't find any, how you're looking right now at the proposed. They don't tell what they are. So,
yep. Yeah, proposed. That's Blue Halo. So that looks like a martini bar. Maybe that's one of those places. You got a nail salon, Chick-fil-A, of course. I mean, what is life without Chick-fil-A?
That's for sure.
Yeah, Sleep Number, Cheddar's, Panda Express, a dental practice has got a proposed spot in there as well, and First Watch, like we said. So definitely something to keep your eye on. And this is a great location, Marsha. This is a good spot to get. It's so easy to get in and off the highway here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just wonderful. Yeah. Great location for sure. Love that.
I'm excited about the Target.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
would be nice.
What's
So
up,
we don't
Denise?
have to be close.
Hi, Denise.
Mhm.
Hi, Denise.
Denise says, what does she say here? First Watch during the weekend or weekends?
Either.
Yes, they're open. I think 7 days a week. They just close early. Like they're not one of those restaurants that stays open for 18 hours a day. They literally close by like 1 o'clock or
Yeah.
3. Can't remember what the time is, but it's early on Sunday because you got to get in there quick. Otherwise, you ain't eating.
Yeah, it's just
right.
breakfast.
There's always long lines to get in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
their
do a good
food
job.
is very.
Yeah.
They're based out of Sarasota.
Awesome. They've been expanding because I know there's one back up in Michigan because we were up there. Everybody's going nuts about it.
Oh, good.
Troy, Michigan. That's quite a jump. But
Yeah.
that's great. That's good. That's a big win, Marsha. What else?
Okay. I came up or found this list of beaches. They're bluest water beaches in Florida. And I know we talk about beaches a lot, but I mean, it's our way of life here. So, and I think people moving here like to know about it. So our beaches start at number 11, and it's not in any certain order. They did it more in areas. So they showed like Destin and Rosemary Beach, which is up in the Panhandle, which are gorgeous. I've been to all of them, and they're beautiful beaches, but it does get cold there in the winter. So you got to be aware of that. But starting in our area, they have Honeymoon Island State Park. I've never been there. There's so many wonderful beaches in our area that I haven't been to, and I've lived here for over 9 years. I want to start making a point to go check them out because, like Juan said, they're all beaches, but they all have something a little different about them. They might have, be known for shark teeth, or they might be known for, having cool amenities by the beach. Siesta Key to me is known for how wide it is. Cause when you get out of your car, you have like a 2-mile walk to haul all your
You really do.
It's so wide. It's like, oh my gosh. So I think it's really cool that this list exists, and it tells a little bit about what the beach is known for. So it'd be a fun experience just to try, every weekend trying to hit one of them and see what they're like. I'm not a beach person in the middle of the summer when it's 90 some degrees, but I love going when it's a little bit cooler and bringing a book or something and just relaxing.
Yeah.
Honeymoon Island. That's my favorite thing to do is read on the beach.
Is it?
Yes.
That's cool.
Honeymoon Island is gorgeous, y'all. For those of you that don't know, it's in Dunedin, which is to the north of Clearwater. Beautiful little area. When you're looking at rather than talking about it, let's just be about it so everybody can kind of see, give y'all perspective. I know we were showing the map, but I think it's Moon Island State Park. We have so many gorgeous state parks in the state of Florida, just so everybody knows. There's so many beautiful ones. But when you're looking at this map, like I was telling you earlier, the dirty little secret is all our beaches are the same, right? Except for this one little weirdo over here. This is Honeymoon Island State Park, which is awesome. We've moved clients right in Dolphin Point here. One of our clients, she literally can walk out of her condo, walk the entire causeway and back. It's about a 5-mile round trip. And on that causeway, you're able to fish. You can launch a boat, a jet ski, all kinds of stuff right here on the Dunedin Causeway. And there's a little restaurant here and restroom if you need to do that, which is great. But the island itself is a state park, which is fantastic. And then just to the south of that is Caladesi Island State Park, which the only way to get here is by boat, which is pretty awesome, or kayak or something like that. But you can't drive there. But it's a beautiful beach. It's one of those just absolute stunning gems that we have here in the area. So that's a great chair, Marsha. I love that. Let's see what else was on that list. So you had South Marco. Fort DeSoto, which is a really cool place. Shout out to Fort DeSoto. You can actually take your dogs down there and go to the beach. So if you're a dog fan and you're wondering, because most beaches do not allow for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's something to take note of. And I didn't know that. So we got down here. Whitney Beach, that's gorgeous too, which I've never been there. And then of course Captiva Island, which is phenomenal. So I love this. There's more on this list too. We'll make sure to link this list on a Maria, which we've done videos on. Marshall, this is Marsha's backyard, y'all. Just so you know.
She's so lucky.
I feel very lucky. I love it here. But your area is beautiful too. That's the cool thing is the whole place. You can go every day and then, do another adventure and find something else beautiful.
Remember when Marcia was talking about how wide Siesta Key is? This photo really does not do it justice. But I mean, you can kind of get a sense for like, look at the gap between sand and people. So it tells you how far out that actually is. But this is really cool. I mean, look, they've even got the ramp for handicap access, which I think is really cool. So this is beautiful beaches down. We are spoiled rotten in Beachville. Make no mistake.
We're lucky people.
What else, Marcia? What else you got?
That's all I got for today.
Oh, okay, cool.
Beaches, bridges, and shopping.
In the meat market. We talked about the meat market. I love that. I love that. What else we got? Denise says she's so excited to see y'all next week. So we're excited to have you, Denise. Thanks for watching and being a viewer. Thanks for trusting in us. Denise is one of those who, wants to make Tampa home. So she's reached out to us and our team, and we're going to help her make that transition. If you are looking to buy, sell, relocate, or invest in the area, all of our contact information is listed down below. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find us there. If you're not watching on YouTube, what are you doing? Go over to YouTube, subscribe, check us out. We deliver amazing videos like the San Antonio Mirada video we're going to deliver this week. Y'all are going to love that. We'll definitely do that. Denise also asked, can we post the link for that information? Yes, Denise. I'm not sure which one, but we try to always post them. So I will absolutely do that for you. Make no mistake about it. And you can just email the girls. They'll send that to you right directly to your email inbox. And hey, if you just want to stay informed, reach out to us. We'll put you on our newsletter so you can just keep up to date what's happening in the area. We try to really be informative in that newsletter every single week and just deliver value to our audience and our clients. So we just try to really be up on that. Trish G says, love Honeymoon Island. You are right. I am on your team. It is absolutely stunning. And Denise said she wants to know about the beaches. So we will get that to you, Denise, for sure. We'll make sure that we get that to you right away. Here, let's just solve that problem right now. I'm going to put it in the chat for everyone watching so you have direct access to the beaches ASAP. So y'all can find that in the chat. Ladies, any last words for our amazing audience who tunes in here?
Thank you for joining us. Well, sorry, Marcia.
Okay.
I knew we were going to talk at the same time.
Oh, we lost Marcia. You ran her out of the room.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
You ran right out of the room. Well, welcome. Remember when I was telling you about that 500 gigabits earlier? Do you see how important that actually can be?
Yeah, because she's in a condo. Yeah.
Things can happen. So it's just part of the process. Hopefully she's okay. I'm assuming everything's fine, but internet disruptions are a bear. You don't want those. So y'all, thank you so much for watching. We enjoy this. We love bringing these videos. We love that you are with us. You watch us. If you're watching this video somewhere later, don't hesitate to reach out. Let us know where you're watching from. I love that. If you have questions or comments, please put them in the chat. We don't have an assistant doing that. I answer all those questions. All right. So feel free to reach out. If you want to know more about Mirada specifically or Wesley Chapel or anything Pasco County, please reach out to us directly. Ask for Stacy. She's going to be your woman on the streets up there. She really handles everything on her end. If you want to know what's going on down in Sarasota and Bradenton area, that is Marcia. She's down there just absolutely making everyone's dreams a reality. We've got a beautiful home we just listed in Venice. You can see that property in last week's video. And I'm up here in Pinellas County, like I was sharing with y'all. I'm right over at the Indian Rocks Beach Bridge. I'm a beach baby. Love it here. Again, all things Tampa. And until next time, y'all, we appreciate you. And we want you to go out